Hello, my divinities. Welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and get into today's collective. Let me just light this incense real quick. Again, I want to thank all of you who are, especially here on Patreon. I really, really appreciate your support. You guys already know you're my MVPs. And I am genuinely grateful for the feedback, the comments, the interaction. It means a lot to me. Lets me know that you truly are listening and want to contribute to the conversation. So let's see. What is the energy for today's collective? We start with number 34, Pharmakeia, knowledge. Okay. Number 23, Pandoteria, all giver, abundance. Yeah. And number 6, Brimo, the angry one, fury. Oh dear. So let's start with number 6. Okay, so it says Brimo is the shatterer of worlds, and her voice will shake things to their foundation. Hecate Brimo is the bringer of storms of change. Do not resist. The only true thing to fear is fear itself and fear of self. For even during turmoil, a new balance will be found. Look to the strength in your foundations. No more coasting, no more relying on others, no more lies or procrastination. The goddess does not bring hardship out of spite. Hecate is speaking to you. Listen. Oh dear. By the way, Brimo is number 6. Pharmakeia is 34, and Pandoteria, all giver, is 23. So that's 5, 7, 6, 7, 5. So even though the numbers are a little out of order, there's still order there. Let's look at 34. The witches of old applied wisdom devised from the knowledge of plants that could either kill or cure. This brought about their notoriety as the first great sorcerers. These gifts of sorcerer's power are often linked back to Hecate and her role as Queen of Witches. To be wise is to apply knowledge with reason. Let's read that part again. To be wise is to apply knowledge with reason. Don't assume that because you know something to be true for you, that it will be universally true for everyone else. Hone your skills, play to your strengths, learn and question. Okay. Number 23. That one is like the definition of just because someone is intelligent doesn't mean they're wise. Just because someone is smart and clever doesn't mean that they're wise. All right, number 23, Hecate was called upon in all aspects of life, including the welfare of crops, livestock, and the fisherman's catch. Her ability to give and promote abundance is parallel to many Earth Mother figures such as Gaia, Demeter, and Rhea. But for all she can give, she can also withhold or take away. Do not expect to receive. Be gracious and avoid greed. The goddess provides, but she scolds the grasping materialistic who seek to fill their voids with her bounty. Okay, so let's see what this has to do with today's collective. Let's see. First, we start with the 4 of Cups. Seven of Swords. Someone's being sneaky. The 4 of Swords. The 6 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. Overall energy, 7 of Pentacles. So we have a Queen of Cups here. This feels like whoever she's talking to. But there's something that this Queen of Cups is doing that's sneaky, or the Dark Mother's perceiving it as sneaky. Seven of Swords is here. Like they're trying to heal in a sneaky way. Six of Cups, Four of Cups. So this could be, it's making me think of the thing I was saying the other day about people who are so desperate to get over their ex that they're just like, bring in someone new, but not because they actually healed the wound, but because they think that if they get with someone else, they'll be able to replace the feelings that they had for their ex. Could be something like that. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles is the overall energy, and it's followed by the Devil. And then the Devil is followed by the Star, and the Star is followed by the Tower. You know who this is making me think of? I hope I don't trigger anybody, but it's making me think of Beyonce. Because Beyonce has used certain props that make people think that she dabbles in the occult. But her behavior, like, I used to really like her music. I believed that she was somebody who was empowered, just because, like, I don't think that marriage is an automatic for or against anybody. It's just, oh guys, I just realized, hold on one second. Okay. I forgot I had to turn the candles off, because otherwise they'll, like, I don't like them being on my back. It makes me nervous. I'm always afraid that the curtains are going to catch fire because I'm not watching. Anywho, so I used to love Beyonce's music, because just because she was married to me doesn't mean like she's not an empowered woman. When I realized that she wasn't truly empowered is when she was literally getting cheated on and she still stayed in her marriage, and I was like, okay. It didn't feel, I don't know, I just didn't feel the same. Then I started pulling back and kind of observing her more, and I didn't really see somebody who was empowered. In fact, after that, I started seeing a lot of accusations from people that she was stealing from others, musics, lyrics. It was just a lot. And so my opinion kind of shifted. It wasn't negative, but it just wasn't as admirous as before. And recently, her husband has been named in one of the cases of SA against children, against a minor. I saw just multiple things that are showing me like someone who is about to get karma, which means that she may be one of those that was doing things, like she dabbled a little bit in witchcraft, but it was like just to be able to get what she wanted out of it, not because it was her lifestyle. So this feels similar. It feels like people who have or look up knowledge on what ritual to do and how to do this, not because they're going to make this their lifestyle, but because they want to dabble and get something out of it. Like they want to do all this low-key. If they are doing shadow work, it's low-key. If they are doing rituals, low-key. If they are serving the Dark Mother, low-key. It's not people who are proud of her. It's not people who are, like, they want her to give to them, but they don't want to sacrifice a lot. Clarify Seven of Pentacles. Got the Ace of Cups. Clarify Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Hermit. Ooh, my bad. Oh, that's not the Hermit. That's why they're like, no, I'm the Magician, bitch. Overall energy, I'm telling you. High Priestess. High Priestess and Magician. It's practitioners. It's people who they like, and I mentioned this yesterday. I mentioned this one of the groups, right, that she was condemning. People who like using the title of witch, sorcerer, or sorceress, siren. Like, they like using titles associated to the Dark Mother, but it's because they want people to be looking at them like they're some awe-inspiring, feared creature without actually really dedicating themselves to the Dark Mother. So she's about to put people through some hardship because they have knowledge, and she gave them time to use that knowledge, especially with the Ace of Cups here. You see the runes? She allowed them to receive knowledge. She gave them. The Ace of Cups is downloads from Spirit. She gave them knowledge. And what did they do? Ten of Pentacles. They built their wealth. They built legacies. Powerful legacies. But when it came to expressing this, Page of Cups, they were really shy. They were really shy when it came to letting people know just how much time and energy they had invested in witchcraft. So this could go either one of two ways. Either one, these are, because this makes me think of two of the groups that I mentioned yesterday. On one hand, these could be people who say that they are Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Mormon, Hindu, whatever, any religion, and yet they may do witchcraft, or they may do rituals, because honestly Hinduism has a lot of rituals, but you know, the ones that are anti-ritual, the religions that are anti-ritual, and then they do rituals and spells and things like that, but in silence, in the privacy of their own home, because they believe that there's nobody's business but mine. No, see, that's where you're mistaken. The Dark Mother, she doesn't like being hidden away, because it's like you're treating her like she is your mistress. You want to pretend like you're a high priestess or a magician, but you're only using her. You're only using her when it's convenient for you. You're only using her when you want to be feared, when you want to be respected, when you want to get your way. Clarify Four of Cups. We've got the Eight of Wands. Clarify Four of Cups. So we've got the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. Look at this. Seven of Cups. Oh yeah. Overall energy, Ace of Pentacles. This is making me think of the I'm usually not somebody who's quoting from the Bible. You already know this, but right now I'm feeling like a very like yesterday verses from the Bible came up, and today as well, but they apply. There's a parable. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So this one is in Matthew chapter 25. It's called the Parable of the Talents. And it says, "It will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted to them his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, each according to his ability. Then he went away. He who had received," let's change it to she, because it's the goddess, right? "But those servants who had received 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. Now after a long time the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more. saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I made 5 talents more. His master said, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. And he also, who had the 2 talents, came forward saying, Master, you delivered to me the 2 talents. Here, I have made 2 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. He also, who had received the 1 talent, came forward and said, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, you have what is yours. But his master answered him, You wicked and slothful servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gathered where I scattered no seed? Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will more be given, and he will have in abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So, this parable, a lot of people don't really make sense of it, but it's because we are an investment. Remember when I told you that gods need us as well, right? They need our prayers, they need our worship, they need our attention to be able, that's their life force. When we worship them and give them offerings, that gives them life force. And if you struggle with this concept, go watch the movie Coco. They call them ancestors, but it's the same thing, because ancestors, you can literally turn them into a god if they get enough energy and attention. So we are investments. The gods are like, this one seems like a good investment. That's why the gods are like, go spread my name. Because we are an investment. They give us knowledge so that we can show other people what serving this god or goddess is like. And when we keep all that knowledge to ourselves and we gatekeep it, we're like, no, you can't learn about this. Go away. You can't worship this deity. Go away. You don't get to hear these secrets. Go away. This god, when they eventually come back and settle accounts, they're going to be like, so what were you doing? Why didn't you multiply what I gave you? Instead of just keeping it to yourself. Instead of hoarding this wealth. So messages are about to come through. Because they were given gifts. Look, we had the Ace of Cups, right? When we clarified the 7 of Pentacles, we had the Ace of Cups. Here, we have the Ace of Wands. And the overall energy was the Ace of Pentacles. They were given things. They were given inspiration. They were given resources. And they were given downloads, spiritual downloads and information. So the accounts are being settled. What did you do with what I gave you? Those who work hard and master this for yourself, why did you hoard it for yourself? If you knew that what I gave you was powerful, if you knew that what I gave you was making you a better life, why did you keep it for yourself? And the response from a lot of people with the 4 of Cups, like, well, people didn't want to listen. People ignored me. People this, like they're blaming, just like in the parable, he was like, oh, I was scared of you, so I didn't, instead of, it's excuses. They're using excuses instead of holding themselves accountable and saying, I was a coward. I was afraid of being shunned. I was afraid of being ostracized. I was this. Instead of taking accountability, 7 of Swords, they're going to try and be sneaky and like, I tried, but I made them go through some tests and they didn't pass. So who are we to put other people through tests? And I'm not going to say that I've never done that, because I have, but ultimately we got to grow out of that. Clarify 7 of Swords. So we've got the Nine of Cups, the Moon, King of Cups. With the Hierophant. And this Hierophant card always is so interesting to me, because the plants that are surrounding the Hierophant here, that's mistletoe. Mistletoe does not grow that abundantly. You know how I know that? Because mistletoe grows where lightning strikes oak trees. Which oak tree have you seen? You know, and then seeds fall into the gap and create the mistletoe. Which oak tree have you seen that gets struck this many times by lightning? So what this makes me think is these people had supernatural help, right? They multiplied what they had at an unnatural rate because of the information that they were given by the Dark Mother. They had everything they wanted. They kept creating and creating and creating. But we are clarifying the Seven of Swords. With the Moon, they kept her a secret. They made her something mysterious. They made her something incomprehensible. You would not be able to understand her. She's too complex. Leave it to us. We will be the leaders. We will hold that magic to ourselves. You can pay us, but we're not going to tell you how to do it. You see how this makes me think of like sitting on the entrance, because she's very much, remember I said she is the tree of life. And you have these people sitting at the entrance of the tree saying, we are the anointed. We are the only ones worthy of communicating with her. Instead of letting her decide who is worthy and who is not. They took it upon themselves to do so. Clarify Four of Swords. Because this Four of Swords, look at this. This Four of Swords always gives me the heebie-jeebies. No, Four of Swords. Let's see. Clarify Four of Swords. High Priestess. Page of Swords. Ooh. Ten of Swords. With the Death card. And this is one of the Dark Mothers. In this picture, that's the Morrigan. Look at the heads on the spikes. That's the Morrigan. The Morrigan don't play. She's calling them to task because there are high priestesses that are out there sharing knowledge. They are helping people heal. And what do these hierophants and magicians do? And they feel male. Like, I know I called out Beyonce, but they feel male. Look, while she's sleeping, they come in, sneaking up to her, which means that these could be people who astral travel, or they could be dream invaders. They attack the high priestesses because they're trying to silence them. Page of Swords. They watch them, they spy on them, and if they don't like what they have to say, they attack them and attack them and attack them and attack them until they feel like they can get this person to be silenced. So remember when I said that they will use the excuse of, I didn't want to be ostracized. I didn't want people turning on me, because that's what they do to other people. Since they want to keep this knowledge for themselves, anybody who does try to share this knowledge, they turn them into, it turns into a witch hunt. They hunt them down. And so she's like, yeah, I see. I've been watching you. And it's time to Look at the balance sheet. Clarify Six of Cups. The Tower. Temperance. Clarify Six of Cups. Nine of Swords. Ten of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Again, Seven of Swords. Okay, so you know who's a perfect example then? Puff Daddy. And I've mentioned this before. I was floored when I realized he had Erzuli Dantor tattooed on his back. I was like, this motherfucker has got some guts. She's gonna crucify him. And she did. I want to make sure the candle behind me is still okay. Erzuli Dantor is a dark mother. She's not one to play with. She is literally a protector of mothers and children. And who was Puff Daddy attacking? Yeah, he was attacking men, but primarily women and minors. And I was like, oh, he's about to get crucified. And yep, he did. So, we're clarifying the Six of Cups, right? And in this Six of Cups, we have this, this is a raven, not a crow. I started learning the differences. They have a raven here who is feeding their young. So remember when I said these people built legacies? They built legacies. She's about to start destroying those legacies. Because remember, as she gave, she can take away. And this is only to balance things out. Because she did give them the key to abundance. She did give them the key to health, to knowledge, to a lot of things. But they were supposed to share that with the world. And they kept it to themselves. And so she's about to start showing up in their dreams, letting them know, I'm coming to collect, motherfucker. Life is about to get a lot more difficult. Because all this wealth that they kept to themselves, that they did not share, they were sitting here completely, like it didn't even bother them. It didn't bother them that the majority of people are starving. That there's people out there that don't have money to pay their bills, that struggle to educate their children, to pay their health bills. Because again, Seven of Swords, we have people who are sneaky, try to get away with a lot. It's time to hold them accountable. Clarify Queen of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Two of Wands. Clarify Queen of Cups. And the Four of Wands. With the Fool. So she found new people. She found new people who were willing to connect with her. Because see, those few who already had the knowledge about her, or who already served the Dark Mothers, let's just say, because she has many faces as the Dark Mother, right? Kalima, Sekhmet, the Morrigan, Baba Yaga, she has many faces as the Dark Mother. So those who already served those Dark Mothers, since they didn't want to share the knowledge and they hoarded the wealth and blessings that they got from her, they turned her into a fearsome, dangerous thing because they were using her as a weapon, right? So a lot of people for many, I don't know if it's centuries or millennia, were unwilling to connect with her because these people had created such a barrier for people wanting to get in touch with her. And she has finally found People who started meditating. Look at that. Look at how the what's it called? The roots. The roots are wrapping around this person as they meditate. And the fairies all around them, while this, I think it's called a triquetra, is on top. All of that screams divinity. And it's clarifying the Queen of Cups. So it's people who already were very sensitive to energy. And when they meditated, they started listening to her. And she started teaching them how to prepare, how to look. I'm telling you. We have the Fool and the Queen of Cups. She found people who were willing to take a leap of faith on her. And she's about to exalt them. Not only do we have the Two of Wands for preparation and the Four of Wands for a milestone, but the 4 and the 2 is the 6 of Wands, which is exaltation. So she's removing privileges and wealth, not because there's a limited amount of wealth, but because they already showed her they don't deserve it. When she makes someone the portal for wealth, she doesn't expect them to hoard it. She expects them to share that wealth. And they didn't. And in fact, not only did they not do it, they made her into a weapon. And they treated her like something dangerous and terrible that nobody else should connect with, only them. She gave them time to correct that, and they didn't. Because you best believe she was warning them, like, you better stop. They didn't listen. So now she's going to take it away from them and give it to others. Clarify Ace of Pentacles. Judgment. Literally. Clarify Ace of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. The Three of Cups and the King of Wands. Overall energy. Another Ace of Pentacles. So, like I said, these blessings, these, think of the aces, especially when we're talking about the Dark Mother, think of them like keys, okay? These keys that they used to have, they're being removed. They're being called back, and they're being given. These keys are being given to new people. People who respect her. She's calling judgment. Remember when I was talking about this, the unnatural amount of mistletoe? Other people will now get that unnatural amount of blessings. But because Three of Cups, they're willing to connect with others. They're showing up as leaders. Remember how I said she is the tree of life? And here, this person is literally becoming the tree. Because these over here, they just sat at the entrance. But they never fully integrated with her because they never understood who she is. At least that's how I'm interpreting it here. Here, these people are becoming leaders, but they have integrated with her. They have become one with her. They are not separate from her, so they understand her. She selected those who really understand her to be able to lead. Clarify Four of Wands. Five of Swords. The Hermit. Clarify Four of Wands. Justice. Oh, child. Overall energy, Knight of Swords. I need to take a drink for this one. What this is making me think of whenever they try to go somewhere, because remember, these are people who, they believe that they're untouchable. Because she's been blessing them, protecting them, and guiding them for so long, they see themselves as untouchable. Even though she's been giving them warnings, with the Five of Swords, these are people who are very short-sighted. They don't understand long-term. They don't understand they're very like now. And it's okay to be in the now, but not with this. When you're too much in the now, it means that you don't think of consequences either. And although she doesn't want us to live in fear of what could happen or what happened, being in the present moment doesn't mean that we don't disregard consequences, that we forget the effect that our actions will have on other people. And these people are like that. That's why Five of Swords, they can't win long term because they only think of themselves. So that Four of Wands is making me think of, they're going to get a little surprised. Because now anytime they try to cross into her territory, there will be other people guarding those entrances. People that they'll be looking at like, who are you? The people who now hold the keys. The Hermit, the people who went in search of knowledge. But again, look at this. Lady Justice is in a tree. And these are bending the knee and bowing before her. These are people who respect her. These are people who do not put it, like they don't take it upon themselves to decide who gets to hear from her or not. They let her decide who she wants to communicate with or not, who she sees as worthy or not. It's not their job to decide that. So she is going to start calling people to task. And you're going to see this. You're going to start seeing very, very powerful people start falling from grace. All of a sudden they'll get unmasked, exposed, and you'll be like, damn, I didn't know that they were like that. Yeah. Because they may have had the knowledge, but they didn't use it wisely. So that's what I got for you guys. I look forward to feedback as usual, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.